What's good, YouTube? It's Aquarius Leviathan Prophecy, and I'm reacting to Run Effect. Bash the Cowgirls. The Cowboys. My bad. Now, for me, I don't have any hate towards no team except for the Patriots because I can't stand cheaters. I mean, to be fair, all 32 teams cheated, to be honest with you, but they did that shit consistently. Every team cheated at least once, but the Patriots, they're known for cheaters, for cheating a lot. So, yeah, I'm going to be reacting to Ron Effect go on a rant. Like I said before, and I kind of respect the Cowboys, because my grandpa was a Cowboys fan. And he would always tease me like, join us, we have the best fan base, prettiest girls, which I ain't gonna lie, I've never come across a ugly cowgirl fan. I mean Cowboys fan. I mean females from Cowboys, like I've never come across any girl who was a Cowboys fan ugly. Like they all fucking cute. It's crazy, right? I've never come across a Cowboys female. Never. Giants fans, they up in that, boom, boom, they up in that, that threshold, you know what I'm saying? So, before this freaking camera dies again, or this freaking phone stop recording, I'm just gonna get into the video.
And their goof troop ass fan base. This is our year. Don't you ever get tired of saying that shit? Like for real. Every damn year. This is our year. If you're at the age of 28 and under, you haven't even been around long enough to see them even win. You were not alive when they were in their prime. America's team. How are you America's team when there's 31 other NFL teams playing in America that have their own fan base? This ain't the Olympics. The fuck? I don't know who wrote that name, bro, but they didn't think that one through. And I don't understand the hype around Dak Prescott every year. I really don't get it. Like, I don't see what other people see. Overhyped is hell. You got all these nerds out here who want to talk statistics.
To be fair to Dak Prescott, he's under a lot of scrutiny right now. He has Trey Lance over him, because if he makes one mistake, Jerry Jones would not hesitate to pull the plug. One thing about Jerry Jones, he would not hesitate to pull the plug. He held on to Tony Romo as long as he could until he had to finally let him go. You know what I'm saying? Dak is 30 years old. He's not getting any younger. If I had to rank the four NFC East teams, I'll put Howell, Jones, Dak, and Hurts. Those are my one. Hurts is number one. Dak is number two. Jones is number three. And Howell is number four. Howell is obviously the quarterback for the Commanders. But Daniel Jones is under more scrutiny too, because he don't have. The thing is between Dak and Daniel Jones is Daniel Jones doesn't have a quarterback looking over him. He can make a free. He could play this. He could play this game completely trash. He can have completely trash game. But you know what? Brian Dable's not gonna yank him out and put DeVito or Tyrod Taylor unless Daniel Jones gets hurt. That's the only time they'll probably put either those two in. But other than that, if Daniel Jones have a 3 interception performance followed by like a 3 touchdown performance and they lose the game, then or if Daniel just go out there and Christmas trees it, if Daniel Jones go out there and Christmas tree it, then Brian Davis is not going to have no choice but to pull him out. You know, he can't pull him out. You know, but you know, to be fair, Daniel Jones had to go out there and play too. You know, the difference between, like I said, the difference between Dak and Daniel Jones is Daniel Jones don't have a quarterback that's under the wings. You know what I'm saying? Dak does. So Dak can't, like, Dak could go out there and play the best game of his life. Light it up. And now the Dodgers is going to say, okay, he's back. He's back. You know what I'm saying? Because all they waiting is for Dak to slip up one time or two times or three times, and then they going to pull the plug. But I don't think that the Cowboys are going to put Lance in that situation because he doesn't know the offense yet. You know, I don't even think he practices in any. I don't even think he not practiced, but I don't even think he played in any preseason games. Probably he did. I have to go back and check, but you know, I mean, that's the only playing time he'll probably see. But
to give him credibility. All right, you want to talk statistics? Who led the league in interceptions last year with 15 and only played 12 games? I'll wait. What quarterback is going to get sacked over and over and over again by the New York?
I'll give the Dallas Cowboy credit here. The Dallas does have a better defense than us. There's no question. Right now, we're still trying to put the pieces together defensively. But I will give the Giants credit here. The Giants, the one thing that the Giants got working for them is they got chemistry locked down. They got the chemistry locked down. They're familiar with one another, you know? No, I'll take that back. The one thing that the Giants got is Saquon Barkley. That's it. They got Saquon Barkley. Unless those receivers step up and, you know, man up and step up and help Daniel Jones, obviously Waller, then I can see this game looking ugly real fast. The Giants are not that type of team to, you know, score point for point. You know, they rather come back. They'd rather be down than come back, rather than, you know, keeping it tied up and stuff. Because that's not the Giants. You know, the Giants like to put pressure on themselves. You know, they don't like to win the easy way. They always like to win it the hard way. And I've been a Giants fan since '04, so I've seen a lot of ups. I've seen a lot of downs. That's not the Giants style. You know, the Giants are not that team that just go out there and score point for point. They can. They have the ability to, but they just choose not to. They are a run football team by committee. You know, why do you think they had so many great running backs? Tiki, Bradshaw, Jacobs, Ward, you know, even Rashad Jennings, you know. They're a run by committee team. They run the ball, play defense. That's how they win those Super Bowls. They wasn't known for this high-powered offense. They're just trying to keep up with the NFL, but it doesn't work. It backfires on them. You know, look at Victor Cruz and Odell. You know, weren't those two supposed to be one of those, you know, oh, who's going to stop this two duos? You know, Victor Cruz wound up being hurt, out for the year. And for the whole thing, Odell had to take over. And obviously, that didn't help because, you know, we finished 7-9 that year in 2014. So, but I will give the Giants credit here. I'm not going to give Dallas Cowboys too much credit. The one area I'll give the Giants credit in is defense. They're very good in the trenches.
Defense on Sunday night. And what quarterback was...
And another thing is that the Giants at home is very suspicious because if you really think about it, the Giants did very well on the road last year. When they came to home games, they stunk. Go back and look at their games that they lost against home. I mean, that they lost at home. The Giants do not fare well at protecting home court advantage. They'd rather go to somebody else's place and play spoiler than them coming to MetLife and losing, right? And they better not wear those Giants jerseys, those Giants helmets, because if they do, they're gonna lose. The Giants have not won. Okay, the Giants won one game in those helmets. Other than that, they haven't won since. You know, so I'm pretty sure. You know, they should just go back to their original NY helmet jersey and leave it at that. Because if they go out, I swear, if they come out with those Giants jerseys, those Giants helmets, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Because I know every special game that they always play, they always wind up playing in those helmets. And it never works out for them. It never does.
Was told to shut his bitch ass up by his overpaid teammate on defense playing corner.
I'm not going to pause it no more.
It's on cam.
Go, Dad! Go, Dad! Go, Dad! This is a box! This is a box! Box! Box!
If you have trouble finding the answer to all three of those questions, the answer is all the same. Dakota Prescott. And Jerry Jones allowing this shit.
That's not a bad name. I wish I had that name,
He's trying
Dakota.
to be sneaky and get him the fuck out of here on the low. Trey Lance, I'm telling you, Dak might not make it.
See, this is the bullshit I have to talk. I have to, as a Giants fan, this is the bullcrap I have to freaking deal with. Like, Cowboys are not stupid. Trey Lance haven't had the chemistry with the teams, with the first reps, with the starters, I should say. Probably with the backups, yeah, when he was playing in preseason. But with the starters, you're going to see it. He's not going to come in. Let's say, hypothetically, Dak Prescott gets hurt. And then he has to come in. And we got beaten by a backup quarterback who's not even a backup. He's a starter. But obviously, you know, like, what do you want them to do? You know? Like, they're not going to go to Trey Lance because he doesn't know the system yet. He doesn't know the system. He's not familiar with the players. So what he's going to do is he's going to obviously take a back seat, right? Don't even play. Unless, like I said, unless Dak Prescott gets hurt, then you'll probably see some playing time from him. But other than that, Dak hasn't really missed a snap. I think he missed one game. But Dak has been very durable his career. Unlike Tony Romo. So this whole narrative that Trey Lance is out to get Dak Prescott's job is nonsense. Dak is going to come out here with a chip on his shoulder. He's going to come out here and say, look, this is still my team. I'm not going to let some youngin come in here and take my spot. You know, because he had to work very hard to get it from Tony Romo. You know, and Jerry Jones wasn't willing to give up on Tony, but he had to, you know. So, you know, it is what it is. But, you know, Dak is going to come out here. Dak is going to come out Sunday night and let the world know that this is still my team. Because you remember that time where the Giants fans was mocking Dak Prescott? Oh, he's a dink and dunk quarterback. He can't even throw more than 60, 70 yards. What did he do? First opening play, what did he do? A strike to CB Lamb, right? Yeah, I remember that game, right? Where the Giants were scared, say, oh, he's only a dink and dunk quarterback. He can't even throw for more than 50 to 60 yards. What did he do? First play, when they won the coin toss, they deferred to, receive. First play action, he bombed it to CB Lamb. CB Lamb probably broke like 2 tackles and went into the end. He went into the end zone for a touchdown. and Dak had a flawless game. Now, obviously, the Giants are not really chirping like that, but the media and everybody else is saying that Trey Lance is out to get him. No, he's not, because he doesn't know the playbook. And I don't care how many times we practice, because obviously teams are going to practice every single game. Like before the game, they'll practice like every Friday, Thursday. They'll do walkthrough and stuff like that. They'll practice, get ready for the game for that Sunday night or that Sunday afternoon or that Sunday morning. But I mean, we'll see. We'll see.
Make it to week 5. He might not make it to week 5. Jerry Jones went out and got Trey Lance on the low. You don't trade for a quarterback like Trey Lance just to keep him as a backup. More like a backup plan because he knows in his heart that Dak going to shit the bed. But it's okay, Cowboys fans. Just keep telling you.
Watch Dak comes out and score like 4 or 3 touchdowns. No picks, no sacks, no nothing. He's capable of having games like that. Trust me. I've seen a lot of Dallas Cowboys games last year where everybody was downing him and he came out and just played like he was freaking Joe Montana. Like, no picks. Barely even got scratched. Offensive line was producing. Oh, Stephen A. Smith is going to have a headache coming in Monday. He's going to have to admit it. Dak played flawless, He's 10-0 against the Giants. 10-0. But again, we've seen records broken before. Look at last night, I mean, Chiefs haven't won. Chiefs haven't lost an opener since, such and such, So, we'll see. Just like Tom Coughlin used to say, talk is cheap, play the game.
I know they say a broken clock is right twice a day, but that clock that y'all got ain't even got no damn hands on it. So the time will never be right. This was our year. Y'all sound ridiculous. The Giants going to hand the Cowgirls their ass on Sunday night, bro. With the world watching. I don't know why y'all think it's going to be the same team. All these people are trying to be blind, Ray Charles, Stevie Wonder, to what the Giants are doing. Joe Shea needs executive of the...
I told everybody the Giants was going to take a step back, right? I told everybody the Giants was going to take a step back because it's not hard to consistently do better. But when you have if the Giants came in this season with the same weapons, same everything, then I wouldn't say that the Giants was going to win the division again. But obviously, the Giants are trying to keep up with the NFL. The Giants are trying to be something that they're not. They're trying to be high-powered. They're trying to keep up with these teams that can score 30, 35, 40, 45 points, which, again, that's the NFL, today's NFL. You know what I'm saying? You have to have different ways of scoring. You can't settle for 3 in the end zone. You know what I'm saying? When you do get in the end zone, you have to take it in, you know what I'm saying? So...
Other year, bro. The moves he's making, go watch the other videos. How the hell did they get Isaiah Simmons? How the hell... I saw the game last night. Y'all turned Kadarius Toney. He turned Kadarius Toney into Darren Waller.
And again, this Kadarius Toney slander is crazy. It really is. So you mean to tell me that Kadarius Toney is the reason why the Chiefs lost last night? So that was only him that was dropping the balls, not any other receiver? And I know he dropped some balls. I'm admit it. He should have caught that ball. He should have caught that ball. He was worrying about way too many stuff. He was worrying about getting hit rather than, taking it and just going down. You know what I'm saying? But, it is what it is, I'm not in the mindset of blaming one person, I'm pretty sure Patrick Mahomes in his press conference is not going to blame Toney. It's a collective team. We got to do better. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the crap that I have to deal with Giants fans. Like, they're very toxic. Very, very, very toxic. Like, if you a player that plays for them, Oh, okay, boom. You never heard that from Evan Ingram. Oh, we had Butterfinger hands. You know what I'm saying? Or who else was another giant that they bashed? Eric Flowers. You know what I'm saying? Ruben Randall. You know, they had nothing bad to say about Steve Smith. You know, our Steve Smith, number 12. They had nothing to say about Brandon Jacobs. They had nothing bad to say about Ahmad Bradshaw, right? But the Giants will attack. Jeremy Shockey is another one. They bashed Jeremy Shockey. They bashed Tiki Barber. It's like they go out their way to bash players, but when it's the other way around, they don't know the full story. You know what I'm saying? They don't know what went down. They don't know why that certain player left this team. You know, Jeremy Shockey wanted to get paid. They didn't want to pay him, so he left. Obviously, he went to the Saints. You know, and that was the deal. You know, Kevin Boss, same thing. He wanted to get paid. They didn't want to pay him. He left. He went to the Raiders. And then after that, I think his last game was against his last team was against his last team was the Chiefs. Hakeem Nicks, their first round draft pick, they didn't want to pay him. He went to the Colts. Victor Cruz went to the Bears. They didn't want to pay him. Went to the Bears. So I don't know why Giants fans go out their way to bash other players. I don't bash players. You know, like whatever you did your time here, whether it was good or bad, you know, I tip my hat off to you, you know, because I know how it feels to be downgraded, you know. Like I was in the Division I school, you know, and I felt like I wasn't good enough, you know, because they said that no, my natural position was a wide receiver, but they told me that I was too slow. You know, I had good hands, but I was too slow. And you, as a wide receiver, you need to be fast, right? Because I was 6'1" at the time. I grew like a 1 inch. I'm 6'2" still. So when I was 6'2", you know, I grew another inch, and then they told me that I couldn't. So they switched me around. They switched me to linebacker. Didn't work. My natural position was wide receiver. That didn't work. Until coach said, you know what, I'm gonna put you at defensive end, and I excelled. I wasn't the fastest, but I had, finesse moves. You know what I'm saying? I knew how to get around big people. You know what I'm saying? So that was my natural position. Well, my natural position was wide receiver, but obviously, that was my second natural position. So, but I know how it feels to be downgraded. I only got one scholarship offer, but it was like from a small school and stuff. So I said that it is what it is. I'm not gonna pursue my football career. So no, I just had to pick a career that I knew that I was gonna excel in, and plumbing was it. I'm 31 right now, and I'm still plumbing. I started at 19. I finished high school at 19. Got into it at around 20, and I'm still in it. So I guess God had other plans for me. But I know how it feels to let people downgrade you and stuff, because these fans never played football in their lives, you know. Talking sports entertainer, Mad Dog, Cop Pizzle, Fish Sticks. I call him Fish Vegas. I know his name is Fish Vegas, but I call him Fish Sticks. This fat fuck right here, Ron Effect. He never played a down, and he never played football in his life. But y'all want to downgrade Tony, like it's idiotic. It's a team sport. It's not basketball. This ain't tennis. You know, like one person is not fault for what happened. You know,
And Trey Hawkins. Kadarius Toney single-handedly lost the game for the Chiefs in every way possible.
You see what I see what I mean? See what I mean? I just said that shit, and I didn't even see this video yet. The only thing I saw was like the intro, his intro. But you see what I mean? Disrespect, like, come on, man. Like, I don't have time to disrespect nobody. I really don't. I don't even know Tony from a can of paint. I know we're both Aquariuses, but, you know, I mean, obviously, you know, Sterling Shepard, Barkley, Tony, you know, James Badberry, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to go out my way to, you know, discredit or blame anybody, you know what I'm saying? Because that's just not in my DNA. That's not in my blood to go out and downgrade somebody, you know, for what? You know, like, what do I get out of that? Nothing. But these fans, you know, fucking toxic fans like him, you know, and I used to like Ron Effect, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he took like a 3-4 year off of YouTube, but I mean, people change, so I guess, you know, I mean, he's still the same Ron Effect. It's just that he just got more, you know, to his step or whatever. But, you know, he used to be my favorite YouTuber. But, you know, it is what it is, man. We'll see Sunday, though. We'll see Sunday.
We're scoring touchdowns, all right, for the Lions. Oh, Mahomes hit me, I'm open. Oops, pick six the other way. All that shit talking. And then wide open on the fourth. I lost some money on that game, but just to know that was Kadarius Toney in the world and see that he's a bum.
You see, he lost money in that game. As a professional gambler, I should have bet that money too. But I knew the Lions was going to cover. I said this before the game even started. The Lions was going to win. I should have bet. Damn it. You know what? I'm gonna bet on this game. My bookie, I'm gonna bet it. My homeboy told me about my bookie. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna check it out. See if I can win some money. I might probably do it after this video. I'm not sure.
I think it was worth it.
Because as a professional gambler, he probably picked the Chiefs. He probably picked the Chiefs like a dumbass he is. He probably picked the Chiefs, knowing that the Chiefs was at home, all the momentum was with them and stuff. I said, this is more of a trap game for the Chiefs. And I was right. I didn't win any money, though. It was just bragging rights. But I should have won at least $400. But, you know, it is what it is. But that's what happens when you don't do your research and your homework and you just, you know, you just assume that the best team is going to win all the time. No, it's not, you know. And this shit happens almost every single year, you know.
It is what it is. Looking like a young Doug clone, bro. Weird ass motherfucker, bro. But he don't give a fuck as long as he's got his ring already. Congratulations, Seahawks. Congratulations, Kansas City Chiefs. That's your player. Now I see why the Giants cut his ass loose. But anyways, back to...
They cut him loose is because, again, he doesn't put any factor in his argument. The reason why the Giants cut Tony was because, for one, that wasn't their draft pick. That was David Gettleman's draft pick. Second, if they cut Tony, they would have saved a lot of money so they can bring in the guys that they wanted to bring. Right? They didn't want to cut him. You know, they liked it, Tony. They liked his versatility. They liked what he brought to the field. But again, they wanted to bring their guys in. Tony wasn't their guy. Barkley isn't their guy. Jones isn't their guy. You know, like the Giants front office could have done what Arizona's doing, just cleaning up house, just trading everybody left and the right and just starting all over. Their quarterback, their running back, they're this, they're that, they're this. You know, it's not that they didn't like Tony. They liked Tony. It's just that he wasn't on the field that much, and he was injury prone. And as soon as he went to the Chiefs, he was a totally different person. Evan Ingram. Here, he was Butterfinger's hands. Went to the Jaguars, rejuvenated his career. It's like it happens almost every time. Not every time, because obviously Steve Smith, obviously he went into the Eagles and he just wasn't himself, So
Back to the Cowboys, bro. I'm so glad it's not in Jerry's world. I feel that pain off.
that's the thing that worries me. When he said that, I'm glad that's not in Jerry's world. The Giants does not do well. The Giants don't do well at home. Let's just face it. Last year, I don't even know. I think they were like what, 7-4 on the road. They don't do well when they're at home. You see it. When they're at home, they do not play well. Sometimes they will, sometimes they'll play well at home, but they like to go on the road against a hostile environment where nobody is picking them, and then that's when they shine. When they're at home, they're a little timid. They don't play through the crowd. They don't use the crowd to their advantage. They don't. They Christmas tree it. Just like that last game against the Eagles where Deshaun Jackson muffed the punt and returned it back for a touchdown. Miracle in the Meadowlands, Part 5, right? So, bad stuff happens when we at home. I don't know why. Remember that black cat? I don't know, man, but a lot of bad stuff happens when we at home. That's when we on the road when we are more dangerous. When we at home, we're too relaxed. That's the crap I hate about us. Like when we at home, we're too relaxed. The same way we play on the roads should be the same way we play at home. But I guess
Pain off the refs thing is very real. But it doesn't even matter because I feel a sweep could it possibly happen this year. I know the Giants going to win week one.
The Giants are never going to sweep the Cowboys. I can't remember the last time the Giants swept the Cowboys. Probably back in 04, 5, 6. But yes, the Cowboys did sweep us last year. I don't think they're going to sweep us. Like I can see the Giants losing at home and then going to Jerry's World and winning there and tying it up. Forcing a tiebreaker.
The Cowgirls are starting this season off 0-1. I don't give a fuck what any statistic, previous thing, trend says, the Giants haven't beat the Cowboys. It's a new year. It's a new year. If anybody, this is already, it should be for the Giants. I'm surprised the Giants made a playoff run with Daniel Jones having less. But yeah, it comes with great coaching.
And you know what? That's another good point that he put out. Daniel Jones last year played with less. Now that he has more, will he still be that same quarterback?